tonight's episode of the Invisible Woman Talk Show. I am your host, Joyce Williams. I thank you so much for choosing to tune in with me tonight. I got a microphone right up to my mouth. For the people that said they had a difficult time hearing me on last week, I do sincerely apologize for that. I also have my other microphone on the side here, the trusted microphone that I've always used. Anyway, I'm going to be holding this one so you guys can hear me. Hope that helps. I do thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, the YouTube channel, The Invisible Woman Talk Show, for checking out my website, jwinvisiblewoman.com. I want you to know that you are in for, say it with me, an amazing episode. Yes, I kind of need help because I got to do it with one hand. An amazing episode. But anyway, you are in for a treat. I talked to some ladies. I asked, they delivered. It's gonna be great. You do not want to miss this. Stay tuned. Come right on back because this show is your show, the Invisible Woman Talk Show. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Yes, you are in the right place at the right time because you are in with the Invisible. You have tuned in to the Invisible Woman Talk Show. Going on a date is exciting. You know, it can be exciting, it can be scary. You don't know if this is going to be your last date. You don't know if this is going to be your last first date. You don't know if you found the one. So it can be like a lot of things running through your mind. And you're trying to get ready and you're preparing for a wonderful night, you know, the night of your life. But what happens when it's not the night of your life? What happens when your date night turns into a disaster? We're talking about dating disasters tonight. Dates where you were like, I can't believe I got dressed for this. Or those times when you were like, seriously? No, not happening. And like I said, oh my gosh, let me get my reading glasses, y'all, because I'm telling you, this is really good. Okay, we are ready for our dating disasters. The first story is called Busted. But it says, I went out on a date with a guy who told me he always steals out of the store. We mostly talked about him the whole time, so he only knew that I worked in retail. I was really turned off at the thought of dating a thief. And not just a thief, but one who bragged and enjoyed stealing. Needless to say, we did not go on another date, but I did see him again. Days later, I saw him at the self-checkout in my store. I watched him from the camera as he was stealing. He was stopped at the door, and when I appeared, his jaw hit the floor. He didn't know I worked in loss prevention at the store he was stealing from. Hashtag busted and disgusted. Y'all, I'm telling you, that is so messed up. First of all, I worked in retail, and I know that when you steal from the store, it hurts the employees as far as like, there's a thing called shrinkage. And it hurts them because they lose their bonuses. And it hurts you guys because it makes prices go up. They got to recover. They also have to hire more people to, watch the store because there's theft going on. So it hurts everybody. Don't be stealing. And on top of that, it can hurt you because you can be locked up. They won't let you out. Come on. So don't be stealing. Don't be caught stealing. Don't be stealing to get caught stealing. And oh my gosh, that's gotta be embarrassing for the both of them. Well, mostly for him. But anyway, no stealing. The next story. I'm still laughing at Busted. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny, but it's kind of like karma kind of thing. Like, wow, you were bragging about stealing, and now you got caught by the person that you was bragging to. Probably thought it was a setup, but you didn't even know because you talked so much about yourself, you didn't even realize that she worked in loss prevention. Anyway, let's go to the next story. The next story says, Sister's Keeper. I went out with this guy who appeared to be an answer to my prayer. We know those, don't we? He was respectful, considerate, and a gentleman. He was the old-fashioned type that believed in gender roles. Men paid bills, opened doors, and took care of the woman. Where you at? Okay. I like that. Well, me too. After the third date, he told me that he knew I was his wife and he wanted to marry me. Yes, third date. But I knew he was the guy for me. Aw, did you, girl? I'm sorry, I know you, so let me stop. I knew he was the guy for me, so I agreed. I posted our picture on social media, and then it happened. Women started reaching out to me and telling me about my fiance. He was a smooth talking con man. I almost said smooth talking criminal. Smooth, same thing. Smooth talking con man. And he had taken them for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Every story sounded the same, and the details were similar to my time with him. I confronted him about each and every woman that contacted me before breaking it off with him. I posted him on social media and it spread like wildfire. No one deserves to be taken advantage of. I am my virtual sister's keeper. Y'all, I gotta put this microphone down just for a second. Hold on. Okay. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. Because not only did you stand up for yourself, you stood up for ladies behind you. Because I promise you, more victims were coming. When he couldn't take advantage of you, more victims were coming. Because as you can see that was a pattern. That's something that he does. And he just pretends to be a gentleman, pretends to be third date. Okay. Yeah, good job though. Very good job. We're gonna be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. Y'all look so cute in my little readers. Look, and they match my outfit. Stay tuned. Hello, my name is Joyce Williams, and I'm the host of the Invisible Woman Talk Show. I talk about those topics that most people don't like to talk about. You know, weight, molestation. Let's just be real. Those are topics that nobody really wants to talk about, but I do. And I talk about them to help empower you to be strong, to be brave, and to overcome. So tune in to the Invisible Woman Talk Show to help you become brave, resilient, strong, and empowered. The Invisible Woman Talk Show, jwinvisiblewoman.com. Welcome back to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman with your host, Joyce Williams. That's me. And we are talking about dating disasters. That disastrous time that you had with the man that could have been, should have been, what you thought would have been the man of your dreams. Back to the stories. Oh my gosh. So far we talked about busted. The guy that got busted by his date stealing from the store she was employed with. And then we had Sister's Keeper, the one that got busted by social media for being a con man. I have another submission and it's titled, You Don't Know My Name. Since I met this guy at a club, we hit it off, exchanged numbers, and then went our separate ways. The next day, we talked on the phone practically all day. The day after, the same thing. I was very attracted to him. He was fine with a capital F. Anyway, we went to dinner, and afterwards, I agreed to go back to his place. Things were getting pretty hot and heavy. He looks me in the eyes and he says, Brenda, I want you. I'm just saying if he said it like that. I said, "What did you say?" And he repeated, "Brenda, I want you." Well, that sounds scary, but anyway, "Brenda, I want you." I grabbed my purse and headed for the door. "Seriously?" As Alicia would say, "You don't know my name." So, home dude was on the phone with you for days, y'all talking and laughing, and then he doesn't even know your name is not Brenda. You know, I'm trying to figure, okay, because I guess when you guys met at the club, you know, you probably said something and he didn't hear you and he thought you said Brenda, so he wrote you down as Brenda, so now you're Brenda. And so, because I know, like, sometimes when I talk to people, like, you don't always say their name because you know, they answer the phone, you just start talking to them. Or, you know, you start using little pet names if you get close enough to them. So it's like, all right, babe, you know, baby, or honey, or dear, whatever. And so, you know, you get so used to using those pet names with them. And then, so he already had you pegged as Brenda. And so this whole time, you guys are talking and even dinner. Not one time did he say your name until it's, "I want you." And now, it's the wrong girl. Do better, brother. Do better. My man, do better. For the next person, because she was out of there. She was like, "I'm not Brenda." As Whitney would say, "My name is not Susan." She was like, "My name is not Brenda." And she was out of there. I feel you, girl. Okay. I feel like I'm like, I told y'all to get your snacks. Because I told you it was going to be a good episode. Did I not? Okay. I'm bringing it all. This next one is called Microwave. It says, "I needed a few appliances for my new place. Things like a toaster, a microwave, an air fryer, you know, small things like that. I was talking to a guy and mentioned having to purchase those things. The next day, he shows up with a microwave. Thoughtful, right? Little did I know that the small gesture had a big price tag that I hadn't agreed to pay. Just like the microwave, our conversation got heated in a matter of minutes. When I refused payment, things turned ugly and the microwave was repoed. I'm so sorry. Okay. um, I'm glad I got to see things as they were before I made another move. Don't be in a rush to heat things up. Hashtag microwaved. Y'all, I'm messing my hair. Y'all, she say, I didn't pay the bill, and the microwave got repoed. Listen, hold on. I'm about to give you a standing ovation, girl, because don't nobody, don't let, just what you did, don't let allow anyone to pressure you into doing anything that you're not feeling comfortable doing, especially because they have done something for you, you know, quote unquote. Yeah, stand up for yourself, stand up for what you believe in. Don't allow anybody to, like I said, take advantage of you because they bought you an appliance or because they took you out on a date or because whatever the situation is that they feel like you are indebted to them. You're not indebted to anybody. You don't owe anybody yourself for buying you something. So, good job. Kudos to you. Great job standing up for yourself. Sorry your microwave got repoed, but it's better than losing your dignity. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Invisible Woman. We're talking about dating disasters. Welcome back to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman with your host, Joyce Williams, and we are talking about dating disasters. And we talked about that disaster is busted, Well, the guy was stealing at the lady's job. We talked about Sister's Keeper, where the con man was trying to get over on, had gotten over on several women and was trying to continue that vicious cycle. We talked about microwave, the lady's microwave got repoed. We're talking about you don't know my name. He didn't even know homegirl's name. Talking about I want you. Stop it. Now our next story says, too hot to handle. It says, I can't believe I'm telling this story. Girl, thank you for sharing. Okay, but here goes. I was on a business trip and met someone. I think it was lust at first sight for both of us. I was staying at a hotel and invited him back to my room. We had relations and then fell asleep. That morning, things jumped off again. I felt a mark on his right shoulder that I must have missed before. Strange, but okay. He left and I decided to go to the gym. When I get there, I see him working out. No shirt, looking hot as ever, but missing the mark on his right shoulder. I'm like, this is weird. Yeah, it's weird. So I asked, didn't you have a mark on your shoulder this morning? Before he could answer, his identical twin walks in. I had unknowingly been with both brothers. I wanted to drop a weight on their heads, but instead, I looked at them both and I said, I could tell who's the little brother, and walked away. Girl, did she really say, I could tell who's the little brother, and walked away? Too hot to handle. So the twins, identical twins, decided to both participate in the activities, and she didn't know. That's messed up. But yeah, no, that's a no. I'm sorry that happened to you. Oh, I almost said your name. So sorry that happened to you. I like what you said. I could, oh my gosh, I could just imagine how you walked in and was like, I know who's the little twin. Okay, who's the little brother? But anyway, our next story is called Charged. And it says, I was on a dating site and I met a wonderful man. Oh, it's wonderful. We talked, we laughed, and we even got emotional together. He was sensitive and in touch with his feelings. He was sensitive and in touch with his feelings. One night we went to dinner and his card declined. I just knew he was dying of embarrassment, so I stepped up to pay. Good for you. You can pay for a meal with a guy. Okay, let me get back to that. I stepped up to pay. When we got to the door, an officer was blocking our exit. It turned out that the card was reported stolen by the owner. I couldn't believe he would do such a thing. I walked away embarrassed and awe. And to make matters worse, he was my ride. He went to jail and I was escorted home. On a positive note, oh y'all, it's positive. I met my husband that night. The officer that took me home turned out to be a real winner. #charged. He really is. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. So I do want to say that. Thank you so much for sharing, and sorry that happened, that you were went on a date with a criminal. Girl, he was, wonderful man on a dating site and criminal. That can happen. We're going to be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. We're talking about those dating disasters. Stay tuned, guys. about those dating disasters. But I couldn't let you go without telling you, giving you some tips on how to be better daters. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a set of rules. You know, rules that you set for yourself that are particular to you, because not all dating rules are equal. Not all dating rules are the same. So make sure that those rules that you create for yourself apply to you, and make sure that you stand by them, you stand on your ground, you stand on your morals, and you don't let anyone persuade you to break your own rules. I know you could be like in your head, I made the rules, it's okay for me to break them, but you put those rules in place to keep you from getting hurt, to keep you from ending up in situationships, and to keep you from ending up in toxic situations. So stick to your set of rules. If you create some rules and you know that it's for your good, you're looking out for yourself. So create some rules, stick by them, set your boundaries. Don't let anybody bend, break, cross over your boundaries, okay? Keep those, set those. Listen. And the next thing, do not start messaging me, because I said what I said, I'm gonna stand on it. Date multiple people. Date multiple people. Let me tell you why. Because you are in the stage of dating. That's ing, dating. Dating is going out, mingling, getting to know people. People, not a person. Because what happens when you commit, okay, before you are committed to, now don't get me wrong, let me backpedal this a little bit. Okay, this is during the dating stage, not the when you guys decided that you're gonna, be together, you're in a serious relationship now, then you can't be dating. But my point is, before you get to meet that person, date several people. And that way you don't have yourself hung up and caught up and emotionally invested in this one person. Because when you get emotionally invested in this one person, they may ghost you. They may feel like you're not the person for them. They may go on about their business, and guess what? Now you're hurt because you were so invested in this one person. And so now you're bitter and you're upset because they left, because you became emotionally invested. So date other people until you guys mutually agree that, you know what? Hey boo, I like you. Hey boo, I like you too. We're gonna be together, we're gonna do this thing. Until you guys agree on that, get out there. See what's out there. Date some other people. I said what I said. And listen, there's a difference between dating and mating. I didn't say go and get with other people, a lot of other people. I didn't say that. So don't be like, you know what, Joyce told me to get it. No. Don't stop getting it. I didn't tell you that. I said to date other people. There's a difference between dating and mating. So, dating other people, not mating other people. You feel me? You feel me? The next thing is to be honest about what you want. You know you're looking for a relationship. So tell them. If you're on a dating site, put it on there. I'm looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for, don't be on there like nothing serious, something casual, anything will do. No, it's not, because you know you want a relationship. So if that's what you're looking for, make sure you know, make that known. That way there won't be any confusion, so that the person that you are looking for that is talking to you already knows she wants a relationship. And if you make that known and they run off, then they weren't the person for you. That's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be all right. Because that, you just dodged the bullet, sweetheart. And I applaud the people that actually step aside, because they're making room for the person that is the person for you. Because if you don't want anybody just holding up a space playing games with you, they're holding up a place. Move. Get out the way. Just saying. So make sure that you make it known what you are looking for. Now, if you are not looking for a relationship and you are just looking for something different, make that known. Because just like you don't want to hurt somebody else because they're looking for something serious and you're not. So you don't want to be the person that hurts somebody else. You don't want to be the person that gets hurt. because there were no lines of communication from the beginning. So put those lines of communication up, even when, just say for instance, you weren't looking for a relationship and then things got a little cloudy, after you got to get to knowing them and things got a little cloudy. Have that conversation. Hey, I know I said I wasn't looking for a relationship, but now I feel differently. Let that be known. Communicate. Communication is key, okay? So be an adult, communicate. Let it be known, be upfront, be honest. We're going to be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. We're talking about dating disasters. Welcome back to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman. We're talking about dating disasters, and before we left, we were talking about ways to be better daters. The next thing is I cannot stress this enough. Do not, listen, come here, lean in close. Do not be talking about your ex on your date, especially your first date. No date period. This is about you. This is about them. This is about y'all getting to know each other. Not you. Don't be bringing other people up into this conversation, especially not your ex. That is not a topic for your date. And if they ask you, because some of them just so nosy, they just want to know, how come things didn't work out with y'all? What happened? How come you single? Oh, beautiful lady, what's wrong with you? Why are you single? Why am I single? Because I'm not with my ex. You see how simple that was? Why am I single? Because I haven't been found. Why am I single? Because I'm not willing to settle. Why am I single? Because things didn't work out. It's just like that. I mean, you don't have to go into detail about your person. First of all, it's not even their business. It's your personal business. Now, after you guys have, gotten together, getting to know each other a little bit better, things are going to come out eventually. It is not first date material, and it is not their business right off the bat to know what happened in your past relationship. Just like it's not your business to know what happened in their past relationship. No conversations about the ex. If they ask, be coy, be casual, and keep it moving. So go out there, go get them, girl. Go get them. They're not ready for you. Go get them. You ready. You are ready. I can tell. Got your hair ready. You got your makeup ready. You got your date night outfit. You are ready. You got your new mindset. You are mentally prepared. You are mentally prepared. Make sure that you are healed. Make sure that you are healthy. Make sure that you are emotionally stable, because you don't want to bring baggage into a new relationship, okay? So make sure that baggage got lost at the airport or something. Don't bring in anything old, and don't come in with the mindset of all men are the same. They're not, just like all women are the same. So make sure that you have a clear mind. Make sure that you have an open heart, okay? You got to be a better dater. You got to be a better person to be dated. I thank you so much for choosing to tune in with me tonight. As I promised you, it was an amazing episode for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to everybody that submitted their dating disaster stories. I may do this segment again because I had a really good time. I hate to say it, but I don't know, it's kind of like bittersweet. Like, I had a good time at y'all's expense. I'm so sorry, but yeah. But these are past stories, so you're okay now. It's okay to laugh about it now. But I thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, the YouTube channel, The Invisible Woman Talk Show, and for supporting me and following me and all that. And I will see you next week for more Invisible Woman Talk Show. God bless and good